This is my third IPKO, and I must say that coming out of the IPKO, I always try to take something of value back home. One of the deep discussions and one of the changes I see in this IPKO is that we had more open dialogue in terms of the matters that affect our people. You know, slavery and colonization has been something that we've discussed over the years, but never really on this platform. Last year, we were able to get it on the agenda, and this year even take it a step further. When you hear certain statements coming from the other side of the Atlantic, you question yourself when you hear them talk about us being brothers and sisters within the kingdom. I could remember as a minister back in 2020 when we had the whole COVID pandemic, one of the most difficult decisions we had to make, whether to make sure that our people get food, get supplies, and get money so that we can keep our country flowing. It came with conditions. And that is not something of a brotherly or sisterly feeling. I brought it up during some of our discussions, and people understood, because at the end of the day, we are all our brother's keeper. Back in the early 1900s, when there was a big flood here in the Netherlands, Aruba, Curaçao, St. Martin, Bonaire, Saba Station, all of us put together millions of guilders and sent to the Netherlands in order to support. That didn't come with any conditions. So the reciprocation after the Hurricane Irma that we had came with conditions. During COVID, all the islands had conditions, had to cut salaries, caused a lot of uproar within the community. Those were topics that were handled during this IPKO, which you don't see on a regular basis. And I feel that we are getting somewhat further. I believe that now there's more openness for the dialogue, and we have to come with these things, because reparations doesn't only come in the form of financing, but it's also in the form of our infrastructure. I always say we have so much different Rijksconsensus wetten on finance and on justice, but we don't have any on health, we don't have any on education, we don't have any on social affairs. And for me, that has been a one-sided agenda from the Netherlands, the kingdom government, over the last couple of years that I would like to see change, because at the end of the day, we do need support when it comes to underwise and education. We do need support when it comes to our healthcare. So therefore, I feel coming out of this IPKO, we are one step further, at least entering into those tough discussions. And of course, one would say the most recent abstaining from voting in the United Nations has set us somewhat further backwards, but having the discussions, based on what I've been able to understand, that it was a unilateral decision made by the Minister of Foreign Affairs. That is yet to be determined, because I know that Aruba sent a letter. We are in Parliament, schedule a debate in St. Martin to go into that as well. But these are the things we need to tackle in order to make sure that our people have a proper understanding as to what we're doing and how we are representing them. One of the best takeaways, I must say also, is the whole Burgerraad discussion that took place this morning with the Burgerraad on Klimaat. I think that something like that is essential, which we can bring back to our island, because a Burgerraad is basically a group of individuals, different ages, different professional backgrounds that reflect our community. And in order for you to work on behalf of the community, you have to understand what the needs are. So therefore, I believe that us coming together, I will be one of the trekkers and with my colleagues to bring that back to St. Martin, so that we have a group of experts, professionals, young people included, so that we can help shape the way for our future and not shape it based on our own understanding, because we are not there to represent on our own strength, but based on the strength of the people that we represent.